Shaq is like, I know this ain't over. Whitlock is going to continue to bury this guy, and I am. And I don't care who does or doesn't like it.
Stephen A gets the golf clap. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you why he gets the golf clap. Wasn't really paying attention to what he said. I wish I could do that sometimes. And I don't do it because my mother is a church-going lady. And, you know, growing up early, I put her through a lot. And then once I decided to stay focused and, you know, fulfill my dreams, she was very proud. So for me, making her proud, making her smile, making her say, baby, I'm proud of you, I let a lot of stuff slide. But I've been wanting to go on rants like that since the early 90s, 2000s, living in L.A. But I'm glad he did it. I don't think it's over. You know, Jason Whitlock, I know he's going to have something to say. And as a fan, I'm going to just sit back and watch it. Because it's, you know, even though those two are serious, it's still comedy to me.
Oh, it's great. It's the best was Stephen A's cliffhanger. He goes in and goes, yeah, that's next on the Stephen A. Smith show. Don't you change that dial. Or no, don't you dare. Don't you dare change that dial. And then he goes into then he goes into an ad. The girl comes into the room. Hey, this is your book on paperback.
You know, I'm going to have the producer of my show do some homework. I want to know how many times he said fat bastard.
I know, right?
I want to know.
A fat bastard. He is the person that I directly allude to as that fat bastard. We'll deal with the fat bastard himself. I never uttered the words fat bastard out of my mouth until a few months ago. To the fat bastard. I was wrong to call him a fat bastard.
Dang. Like he said that so many times.
And you just got a master's class on how to be a public figure, how to be a likable public figure, how to be a relatable public figure from Shaquille O'Neal. And how to mix in your message, what you really think, while being a relatable, fun-loving public figure. It's hard for anybody who has met Shaq, been around Shaq, who has been around his energy in terms of his self-deprecation and just fun-loving nature, not to feed off of that. And so Shaq very cleverly took no shots at Stephen A. Smith, but basically said, I have too much respect for my mother and my parents to make a fool of myself the way that Stephen A. Smith did. And then he's very honest, Shaq is, by saying, oh, I've had that emotion. I've had that feeling. I've wanted to curse and get down in the mud and just call names, blah, blah, blah. But because I was raised right, have enough reverence for my mother and my parents, I don't do that. I don't want to do anything that embarrasses her. Stephen A. Smith embarrassed himself. His parents, I think, are now passed. I know his mom has passed or whatever, but he made a fool of himself, and Shaq very politely called it out. Shaq also, wanted to let me know, and let everybody know. Now, this is funny, and this dude calling Whitlock fat bastard is funny. And he's like, I'm going to kick back and enjoy it when Whitlock responds. And this is probably my bias. I think Shaq and many others know that Stephen A. Smith is in over his head, knows that he's drowning in quicksand, and is thoroughly enjoying Stephen A. Smith fighting well outside of his physical weight class and intellectual weight class. Shaq is like, I know this ain't over. Whitlock is going to continue to bury this guy, and I am. And I don't care who does or doesn't like it, because guys like Stephen A. Smith need to be exposed. We have a group of liars and people very comfortable telling other people what they should do with their bodies. You should take the vaccine. You should vote for this person. We have people. Oh, Kyrie Irving, you tweeted a movie poster we didn't like. Stephen A. is a little attack dog, the little chihuahua that his handlers send out. Go bite Kyrie Irving on the ankles. And Shaq and these guys know it. So hats off to Shaq for handling that marvelously. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with all of our latest content.